Hi, everyone. How's it going? Yay. Hi, Christine. Hi, Finley. Hi, Katie. Thank you guys for coming back. I'm so excited to hang out with you guys. Mickey's live at a Taylor to Christine's. You guys are cute. Hi. All right. Oh, thank you, Legward. I wore them yesterday too. I was telling everyone that my glasses are because I need to order new contacts. I wear dailies, and so I have to order like a shitload of fucking contacts. And I forgot to order them until like right before I ran out of contacts. So now I'm having to like parcel them out. So streaming days are good days for me to wear glasses because I don't really need my peripheral vision for that. Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Are you gonna address the...
Yeah. So, I was looking through the comments on the replays for the chats, and it has come to my attention that the way that I watch TV is really weird. There is a lot of you who are like big sensory overload vibes. When I talk over the show, talk to the chat, and don't pause the show. I'm sure it probably doesn't help that you guys basically only have the audio. So I'm going to try and make a more conscientious effort today to pause when I talk about stuff. Content warning for the last 10 minutes of this episode. Ooh, yikes. Okay, thank you. Someone actually left me a comment letting me know that there was some fat phobia in episode 6 also. So I made a note of that. Babe, wake up, Mickey's live. You guys are cute. I'm going to make a more conscientious effort to pause when we talk about stuff. And I'm also going to try and compile any like content warning or trigger warnings that folks leave in the chat or in the comments and stuff. My hair is driving me nuts today. So that we can all sort of be aware. Hi, Raspberry. Thanks for coming back. We won't see the series. So I have this little overlay in the corner because there is the footage underneath it. But I have to have the opacity up on this like really, really high because our stream on day 1 got booted off of the platform. So could you try upping the watch speed? I could. The thing is that we are sort of gambling. We have found a thing that works, and so I won't lie to you, I am really hesitant to change things just because if the stream does get booted, then we have to wait and then like redo it, and then the replay gets fucked, which means you guys can't watch the replay with the live chat enabled. And so it's just kind of like, it's a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. So what we've been doing the last couple of days actually is just, I'll shout out the timestamp that I'm either pressing play or pausing at. And so folks are watching the video on their own device at home and then just muting their audio. So we can kind of like watch together. I know it's not like the most ideal option. I am really sorry. Because it is supposed to be covered under fair use. Like we are transforming the content for the purpose of making educational and entertainment content, but they don't care. So also just to be clear, it's not an AdSense thing because I was willing to take the L on the AdSense. I don't really care, to be honest. But they block the video in all territories, so it's literally unviewable. So it's not even a cash grab on my end, I promise. Yay, thanks, Rebecca. I have a love-hate relationship with Love is Blind, but I am really excited to be talking about it. Yes, Katie, that's pretty much the experience of like all content creators everywhere. The copyright, the term fair use is like really loose. And also, even in the cases that you do win fair use, you have to like really fight for it, which is frustrating. So, are you still going to do an edited shorter video? No, Sarah. So the reason we're doing the lives is because the, effort that it took us to make the content last time around, was like really intense. It's just a really Herculean effort for Aaron to edit this many videos in such a short amount of time. And so the reality was that we can make it live and reduce the effort that we have to put into like film, edit, upload days and days and days in a row, or the content doesn't get made. and I wanted to talk about this. I like the content. And so we're just trying to structure it in a way that like makes sense and won't, you know, steal all my spoons for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, we do love less work for Aaron. Aaron does still have a day job, y'all. And so like he edits the videos like purely just to be kind and to take the effort off of my shoulders. Because typically I also have a day job. So, yeah, like I said, I really wanted to make the content. I like making these videos. And so we're just trying to figure out a way to do it, that still gives you guys the content that you enjoy. And also like, you know, doesn't put us in a weird spot. So, I appreciate you guys for like honoring that and being cool about it. Okay. I appreciate that here for the wild ride. Same, honestly. All right. So I think we are like ready, Freddy, to get oh, there's a cat cameo and I have an open glass of coffee. My child, come here. Come say hello to the friends. Come here. Oh, hello. Yes, thank you. Okay. Now that I have a cat butthole in my face, let's watch some Netflix, shall we? Hey, do you think maybe you could lay down? Mm-hmm. Do you think maybe you could lay down? Did you want to try? Nope. Okay. All right. T's and P's, everybody. T's and P's. Please don't, Echelon. All right. We're pressing play on the episode from the very beginning, so.
Zainab! I wanted to ask you if you'd be my wife.
Cool. I don't care what you look like. I would love to be
Oi!
your wife.
I think a package is getting delivered, and so my dogs just barked. It scared me and the cat. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god, like wow.
So what if you saw me at a bar?
I would love for you to come up to me
Yeah?
at the bar.
It's very strange to like have such an emotional connection to someone
Devin, my cat is a loose cannon.
you've
I'm
only
so
literally
serious.
seen once for like a few minutes. That's why I kind of feel like, does he still like me like he liked me in the pods?
I've been getting very mixed signals from you.
We are into each other, but there's moments
hate
in our
recaps.
day where we're just not. This is so perfect.
I feel like definitely still a little bit of awkward vibes. I don't know what y'all are doing in the men's lounge.
Oh, we're having fun. Yeah, if I had any regrets, it would be cutting things off too quickly with Raven.
Nancy and Raven. I was like, fuck. I'm literally having feelings for multiple women right now. Are you cool with me being that
Angie, you
honest
have a
with
parrot? That's so cool.
I can see it in your eyes. You keep waiting for a sign.
I promise I don't look like this on the reg.
Oh, she looks hot on the reg.
You wouldn't believe
Okay.
it.
I don't know, I'm still gonna lie.
Yes, Katie, they know we're binging.
It's the
Why do I have to watch it?
mouth guards for me. We're past the
She
point
was
now.
like, oh, the button.
Like, yeah, gotta protect these shoppers.
And then we're just talking.
Yes, it was like pure panic. I had to rip it out so I could say
Oh my gosh.
Good night,
Thank
Dad.
you,
Love
Note Ninja.
With the list.
Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Ow.
Welcome to our world. We just drank some Pepto-Bismol. It's so sexy to me.
You showcase your messy room.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the messy people now.
Yeah.
Let's not be the messy people.
You just want some peace of mind.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'm happy I can help you with your productivity. That's fun. Fax
you feel
machine, no
about
worries. We just got
getting
started.
out of this ranch and doing some excursions today.
Yes! What are we
Okay.
doing? Okay.
First thing I see is pizza.
Wine and pizza. Let's do it. Hey, look at us. Look at the yacht. So excited.
Can we get this show on the road,
Right
please?
now we're having fun and we're enjoying each other's time to see if we can even do that.
Hello. Hi.
That's a
how
weird
are
thing to
ya?
say.
In order to really get the most out of this whole experience, that's what you have to do. You have to see if you can enjoy talking to this person and enjoy hanging out with this person, and we are.
Okay,
Cheers,
valid.
baby.
I hear that.
Cheers, babe. I want to pop some bottles.
I don't know if Andrew's back in this episode. We're only watching episode 5 today, by the way, to be clear. Thanks for coming for commentary. I appreciate you. Oh, you feel like Matt and Colleen have a weird relationship?
I do it like a model would do it.
Down and like really
Christian
enjoy
mingle
it.
music.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it really is, though. There's so much B-roll in this episode. Can we get moving?
Off shorts for me.
I'm an animal.
Ooh, yeah. Please like the stream if you haven't already.
How you feeling, Miss?
How
Three
hot,
fourths a bottle.
how hot you look on a surfboard.
Yeah.
I equally liked watching you.
Really?
Uh-huh.
This is sweet. I'd sit on the beach with you any day.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I won't get in the water with you?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Give me some champagne on the beach. I will, like, really watch you do anything.
Well, it's
Fine.
Well, whatever.
I will watch
Okay,
you
that's
do anything.
sweet.
After seeing all the guys.
Yeah, yesterday's stream was long, Katie. I was feeling it
Having any
after
second
we
thoughts?
got done.
Not one. Not one. No. After seeing all the girls, are you having any second thoughts?
Oh, no.
Wow, it's the hesitation for me. It's the hesitation. it's the quietness.
Oh, no.
Maybe I don't even want to hear your answer.
Hi, Chantel. You're not late. We just got started. We are at... Let me pause. We're at, like, 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Yeah, the pausing is strange. I don't know if he means it as a joke. I literally was about to be like, oh, okay, this is just editing. And then it wasn't. So I don't know how to feel about that. Yeah, I don't know. I know, Selena, I thought it was Netflix fuckery too, and it was not. I don't know if Andrew is coming back in this episode or not. But very much same. I was very uncomfortable by the way that he spoke about sex with a brand new strange person that he'd never met before and had no concept of what their comfortability was with that. I think also too, even without the opacity, I have no idea who anyone is. Okay, yeah, fair, honestly. I was saying that yesterday. I have a hard time keeping their names straight. It's not even so much, though, that Andrew is having, like, sexually explicit conversations. It's that he's doing it with a stranger, you know? It's just an issue that can be very button pushy if you're not careful. Zanob likes to set Cole up. I don't know, Laura. I feel like, because he kind of asked her about, like, second thoughts and stuff. I feel like that's a fair question, no? Or did she do something else? Yeah, we watched a recap for like 75 fucking minutes before we actually got into the video. I just want Alexa and Brennan to make it. Yeah, Angie, I like struggle with this so much because I like want people to make it because I want people to be happy and to be in love. But then also at the same time, the therapist part of my brain is like, is this a responsible life decision? Like, should we want people who are, you know, in essence, strangers, to be together? Like, is that safe? Also, Kitty love, your tail's right in front of my face, baby. Thank you. Oh, my love. Listen, when I close the door, you screech. And when I leave the door open, you're all up in my business. Can you sit down, please? See, the thing about cats, too, is, like, they don't give a fuck about, like, any of your rules. They're just, like, here. They don't give a shit about you. Can you please sit? Like, at least the dogs, I can tell them what to do, you know? Oh, she almost laid down and then she didn't. Okay. Yesterday I said, I like these people, Netflix, please don't screw up their lives. Yes, exactly. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Like I want to like people, you know? Yes, Angie, exactly. Like they do seem nice and I want them to be happy. But I also don't want to send the message that like this is an appropriate or like responsible way to structure one's relationships. Like I do very much want to encourage people to make responsible and safe decisions about like legally tying yourself to another human being that like maybe you don't really know them that well. Yes, cats are very much letting us live in their house. Oh, my kid loves your glasses and your hair. That's super sweet. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that a lot. I feel like kids, like compliments from kids especially means a lot because they will tell you if they think you're ugly. You know what I mean? Is Echelon your only cat, or is she just the pestering one? Yeah. So we have another cat. Her name's Imogen. She's actually our oldest child. And she does not give a hoot about any of us. She's like, very, like, she wants cuddles when she wants cuddles, and it's rare that she'll like get up in your business. My cat is half dog. Oh, Megan, that's really sweet. Okay, we're gonna press play. We are at like 5 minutes 10 seconds. And we're gonna press play in 3, 2, 1.
Not having any second thoughts.
No?
Not even a little bit. Raven's
Katie,
too
10
much for
points to
me.
you.
Alexa's just not my type. Colleen is happily off with Matt. I mean, everyone's just wonderful, so.
I know, but you were really excited to meet Colleen, and you said that last night too. You were like, oh, her and Matt.
Majority of girls that I've dated have looked more like Colleen.
Okay.
So.
I can see that. I would peg you with someone that looks like Colleen.
Exactly. But personality-wise, you are much more
Okay.
How do I do physically on your type?
Oh boy.
Physically, you're different than anyone.
Oh
I've ever
boy.
dated.
Oh.
Oh
That
boy.
hard for you?
Does it seem like it's hard for me?
I don't know.
Heavy
With
web.
this music.
Oh, I'm good. You gotta stop fattening me up.
Oh, you're okay with fattening me up though?
You're
You're like,
fattening
no.
yourself up.
Wow.
I'm exhausted by this.
Being a 30-year-old woman, I really try to not be that female that is insecure.
Okay.
But Cole is unfiltered 1,000% of the time. But that's part of Cole being just so
Fax machine,
transparent, which
yes,
is one of the
he
many
did.
things I love about him. We do have the same solid like foundation that we built our love on, which I hope does continue because I
am
in no way want a
exasperated.
love that I have to question or be, insecure about.
Okay, pause. Okay, so we're pausing at like 6:40, 6 minutes 40 seconds on episode 5. This is something that is like a yes and because I think everybody in this equation plays a part. I agree with her that I think it's a good thing for us to be responsible for our own self-esteem and our own confidence, our own insecurities in relationships. Ultimately we are the ones who gets to define our worthiness, and also the ones that have to do the work with our own bodies. The interest is uneven in every single one of these. Yes, Jewel, it does kind of feel that way, I'm not gonna lie. Make him eat his own sweat. What? Like she asked him all the questions that led to such an uncomfortable conversation. Okay, that's fair. I hear that. I think like the question, especially about like how do I do for you physically, like it's hard because on one hand I think it is a useful conversation given that he expressed pretty clearly I typically end up with people who look like someone else, Hi, Miss Autumn. Thanks for coming back. And so I can understand asking this question about like, is that a deal breaker or is that a compatibility issue? Or are you having trouble being invested in our relationship because I don't like look your type, But at the same time, I think if we're asking that question with the purpose of, or like asking that question with background, knowing that it's an insecurity for us, then we might be pushing buttons just for the sake of, Yeah, it is a shit show already. It's probably not a good call to ask questions you don't want to hear the true answers to. Yeah, Pesto. I think also too, like it is like maybe not helpful to ask questions that maybe it's that we don't have, or we shouldn't be asking questions that we don't have the emotional availability to hear the right or the true answer to, because it is hard to hear those things. And I think it is a worthwhile conversation to have. But if we know that we're not going to be able to effectively move through that conversation, then like don't do that, or like do what you need to do in order to be able to have that conversation. Because again, I think it is a worthwhile talk, but just that like we need to be owning some personal responsibility. I am kind of frustrated though by the fact that Cole is like really comfortably leaning back into this idea that like I am the one who gets to decide whether my partner's body is worthy or not, because that's not true. There's a lot of really wonderful and kind things that he could have said about like, yeah, like sure, like physically maybe you don't exactly look like the type of person that I normally date. And like your physical self says nothing about our compatibility, you know? I guess that's also like really reaching for the stars for sort of like typical cis hetero man. But still, I think it would have been nice to say. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the one who wins. Ooh. Yeah, that seems to be kind of the energy. Oops, I just fast forwarded. My bad. Okay, so we're pressing play at 6:41. Ready? We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Also, to be clear, fatness is not something to shy away from. Fatness is morally neutral.
I got my fiance. I got my bubbles.
Cheers to us.
Cheers. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
I'm so aware of the music in the show now.
I'm so happy.
Katie, yes.
Especially after meeting everybody.
This is not the show for specific body types.
But we're there. I said it to everybody too. So, I don't care about anybody in here. I got my eyes on one person.
Denise,
right,
yes.
I'm so happy.
Me too. I wasn't meeting the guys that you dated.
It was interesting.
Was it?
But like not like it was you, and then Brennan and Cole were like the top two.
Right.
I think I told Brennan, I was like, remember when you gave me a panic attack?
About what?
Because he's the one that, it was the rejection for me.
He shut you down, huh?
Yeah, him and Cole.
Y'all talked about that a little bit last night?
I think so. I really...
What do you think about Cole?
He was quieter than...
He's kind of...
Because he was so like bubbly in the pods.
He's a good talker.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I feel like he was quieter. At the same time, like I always knew it was you.
Exactly.
So I was like, oh.
I'm exhausted by this
guy.
conversation.
Yep.
Matt's my guy.
I'll say the only one that I really dated was Alexa.
Yeah, but like...
But it was more like best friend
Best
vibes,
friends.
you know what I mean? It was...
And like only these people understand, like, doing this whole
I'll say we can relate
Yeah.
on all that, you know what I mean? That's why our
Like falling in
relationship is so
love in
strong.
7 days. Like,
Are you in love?
babe.
Of course.
Of course I am.
Oh, I love it. He's so cute.
Okay, we're pausing again. In the same breath that I'm frustrated by people asking questions that they don't have the emotional availability for the real answer, I am also frustrated by this very phony feeling conversation about like, I always knew it was you. I wasn't even worried. I don't really care. I've been so in love with you from the beginning. Like, y'all, this process is televised. Like, y'all know that you're being filmed, right? We saw that that's not true. I understand wanting to reassure your partner, and I think all things considered, I guess I would rather them lean this way than the other way, or lean into the like, wow, I so regret choosing you once I saw other people. But still, I think there's like a happy medium here. This is also like a very common pattern in relationships where we shy away from voicing our real feelings because we just want to reassure, we just want to smooth the feathers in our relationships. And on the face, it seems like a good idea, but sometimes it lends itself to like resentment and I think deceit is like too strong of a word, but like not the full truth in a relationship, which is not a great dynamic to be setting up. So very much want to encourage people to give yourself permission to be honest, you know? I always wonder if they truly think their partner is never going to watch. Yes, that's what I'm saying. A lot of that happened in last season too, with like the reunion and stuff. Like, did y'all think that no one was going to watch this? Because in order for the reunion to work, they strongly encourage, or like potentially, I don't know, maybe require the participants to watch the playback. So like, like this is all going to come out. I don't understand that. I was rejected twice, but there was a third guy who wasn't really feeling it. But yes, Jewel. That's what I'm saying. I think especially with these two, because Colleen was on the receiving end of the rejection twice, and had like an understandably very human hard time with that. I think it's fair. Like it would have been equally as validating to say like, yeah, you know, like if it had been up to me, I wouldn't have ended those relationships when I did. And I'm really happy that they did end, because like, look at me now. You know, I ended up with someone who ultimately I think is a better fit now that we've gotten to know each other better. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a way to say that that's like kind and compassionate and also truthful. Ooh. Sorry. If I make any weird noises, it's because my cat is coming directly for my coffee and trying to put her little shit rakes in it, and it makes me nervous. Please don't put your little litter box hands in my coffee. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. Do you think you could go lay down now, Mittens? Come on then. Yes, thank you. Maybe they're hoping by the time the show airs that it won't be a big deal. Maybe. That's true. I guess that's a good point, actually, about how long there is between taping and when the show airs. Well, and also, like, filming between the different parts. Who knows how long that is, and so maybe they forget stuff, too. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Katie. At what point do you realize you're not happy? That's totally fair. Okay. Here we go. We're going to press play at 8:31. Ready? We're going to press play at 8:31 in 3, 2, 1.
Love it. You're so cute. So I got a question for you. We built an emotional connection. The physical came, obviously we met each other. So what about when we go back to Dallas? What about whenever other guys are there, whenever other people are hitting on you, or what it is? How are you gonna respond to it?
I mean, honestly, okay, this is probably not the best
You could
answer,
pay me
but,
to do the
it's
show,
so
same.
good to like actually be like, oh no, I'm taken.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
I always use it
like that. Yeah.
whenever I get like hit on. I'll be like, sorry, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
But like now I
Now you actually mean
like,
it. Now it's actually true, but it's
No,
not
I
a
actually
boyfriend
mean
though.
it.
It's a fiance.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
no, I have a husband. Sorry.
You have a husband. How's that sound? Yeah. Very nice. I love it.
I told you, like, you're become my security blanket almost. Where I'm just like,
Absolutely. Is that because of how strong our relationship is?
yeah,
It
just
is,
like
right?
how much.
Lynn's giving possessive vibes, and I'm not excited about it.
I mean, you know my story. You know my history. It was a 10-year relationship. And we went through a lot, but the foundation that we built in the last 3 weeks is stronger than that entire deal.
That's so sweet. Especially after.
I don't know how to feel about that statement. The foundation that we built in the last 3 weeks is stronger than anything I built with my 10-year partner. How? Either that's a bold-faced lie, or your 10-year relationship was painfully superficial. What? I don't understand what that's supposed to mean. This is again what I'm saying, where sometimes I feel like people say stuff on the show that maybe isn't entirely truthful for the purpose of flattering their partner, which I can understand, but also like isn't a great precedent to set. The red flag is so red, it's a new color. A little bit. I don't know how to feel about that one. Oh, okay. Bye, kitty. This guy needs to swallow every other syllable. He's hard to understand, Christine. Yeah. Honestly, that's a good point, actually. How old is he? Actually, I guess maybe he's 30, so his 10-year relationship would have been when he was 20, but still. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the possessiveness here. I think it's human to have like some level of enjoyment when our partner is happy to tell other people like, oh, like I'm with this person, you know, like that's super fair. But I do also want to caution people to be wary if your partner has like a very intense preoccupation with other people knowing that you're theirs. That can be a red flag in a relationship. You know, it's not always, but it sometimes is indicative of insecurity, of jealousy, and can lend itself to problematic behavior, I guess. So just, yeah. Your mind gives me the ick every time. You just be wary of that. Cause like I said, I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. It's an entirely valid thing to feel. But if it gets out of hand, it can get out of hand in a pretty toxic way. So, don't make fan fiction real life. Yes, very much that. All right, we're going to press play at 9:42. 9:42 in 3, 2, 1.
After like what you went through, like
Right.
I would never have to worry about you like looking at other girls.
Oh, Matt's 10-year
So you
relationship
know how
started
that
when he was 14.
Absolutely. It's the worst
Interesting.
feeling in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I
Think we'll get married? Come on. I love that response. I love that.
of course.
I love that.
I mean,
I'm never like this.
they're cute.
What?
Like a
Smitten?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Me neither.
Just scratched a mosquito bite on my arm and I heard it. Ow. To be fair, Finley, I was 14 when I met Aaron, so I'm not really in a place to judge. Yeah, I don't know. They seem like cute and happy, and I want Colleen and Matt to be cute and happy.
My hat.
Looks great.
That's it. I can't see much. My visual is like here.
I make this cute little country.
Aw, thank you.
situation
That's
a little
sweet.
bit
You make this ranch very beachy.
It's my hat. After 3 weeks of carrying this bitch around,
You finally get to wear it
yeah, on a bench.
in the shade.
In the shade. It's been fun. I think it's definitely been an adventure.
Oh, yeah,
and,
Megan, 100%.
That I could have done it with anyone else.
Okay, hold on, pause.
But
Yeah, I want to be clear. I met Aaron when I was 14, and we are, like genuinely in love with one another and like being married. And also, I would never encourage anyone to make the decisions that we did. We got married very young, and I think before we had done an appropriate amount of work on our own selves and our own trauma, and so there was a lot of learning that had to happen on the fly, that we, quite honestly, I think just got very lucky. I would never encourage anybody to make the decisions that we did because it was very irresponsible and short-sighted. And I think, like, I don't know, like the fucking universe just really had our back there. I think in like 99.9% of cases, it is the responsible and safe and advisable choice to wait until you're like a fully developed frontal lobe human being to decide who your life partner is. So I just wanted to clarify. We're not promoting fundyism out here, you guys. All right, we're pressing play at 11:03 in 3, 2, 1.
Still nervous
Why?
about just living together.
Yeah, like where
Sure.
exactly?
Yeah. I feel like we've been doing that. Like,
Yeah, we kind of have.
Yeah.
But we're like, it's out of a suitcase, so it's not the same.
like you being messy.
Do you have like? No, I'm not messy.
Uh-oh. It starts.
I don't know.
I'm a little. I mean, I can be
This
sometimes.
week will say otherwise, but like maybe.
Okay, this
maybe.
is different. There's no like hamper to throw the dirty clothes. There's no organization going on here. It's just
Valid,
random stuff.
honestly.
So it's bad. It's been bad.
We'll see.
So,
Because
I mean,
I'm the messy one. We
it's gonna
can't
be
have two messy people in one place. So.
I've got like a total of like 25 items, and I just mix and match.
Lovely. I have like literally so many clothes. Like I don't rewear outfits. Ever.
Who is that?
Wait, what does that mean?
Marie Antoinette, who like never wore the same outfit twice.
I don't know if that's me.
I mean,
A look is a look.
Wait,
Okay.
ever?
If that's the worst thing about her, then shit, I'll take it.
what do you?
Okay,
think
that's
is in
very
my closet?
cute.
That's a good
Hold
question.
on. Wait, is she saying, because I can understand obviously not wearing an outfit more than like having to wash an outfit multiple times or not repeating an outfit in vacation or something. But does she really mean the outfit that she's wearing right now is going to get like donated or thrown away when she's done? Yeah, Finn, is she independently wealthy? I'm confused. Also, yeah, I do want to address that actually. Two messy people in one relationship is not a deal breaker. It's entirely possible for people to figure out how to have a functional life, either like just embracing the messiness or utilizing a support system or like hired services to help you with the mess, or just creating a chore chart or whatever the fuck. So you can very much have two messy people in one place and have a successful, happy relationship. Ooh, hi, Melanie. I didn't even realize you were here yet. Thanks for coming back. Yes, Christine, exactly. Casey Davis on TikTok talks about this all the time and like the struggle care stuff, and how it's more important to have a functional life than it is to have like a clean aesthetic life, you know? To be fair, Raspberry, we don't know to what degree she means like not repeating the outfits, if she's just like throwing them away. I think that's kind of wasteful, but you know. Oh my gosh, Melanie, you have twins? Good Lord. Godspeed. Thank you for being here at all. I appreciate you very much. Taking care of kids sounds hard, but when there's two in one place, it just seems like a lot. I'm 24 and I still have clothes that I bought in high school. If it looks good on me, it looks good on me. Yeah, Summer. I think if the clothes look good and make you feel good, that's super valid, you know? Yeah, actually, Fax Machine, that's a good point. Does she mean like pajamas and loungewear too? Because I find one pair of sweatpants that I like and I'm latching onto them for the rest of my life. All right, we're pressing play at 11:56 in 3, 2, 1.
I feel like you literally
Country
like.
boy shit.
It's gonna be a bunch of fucking cowboy boots.
No,
I
it's
feel
not.
like
That's it. I brought all my cowboy boots that I own.
the 2 pairs.
That's it.
That's a lot of pairs.
That is a lot of pairs? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? I guess I'm not a cowboy, so I wouldn't know.
No. We're gonna go shopping. Like, we'll save the cowboy hat and the cowboy boots.
Yeah, until your clothes have holes and they're falling apart.
Like
Very
5
much
years
me.
down the line.
Yeah. We'll get you like all like done up.
No, surely
I
it
try
doesn't
be
apply to
open
undergarments.
Fashion styles and stuff. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that. That ain't happening. She'll figure that out quick.
Good for him, setting a boundary.
That's me. I'm a savage.
Hey, identify yourself however.
Daniela, you have clothes that you wore at 10 years old? Really? That has not been my experience. My body has fluctuated a lot.
Pepperoni for you?
Pizza, yum.
Okay, let's try the salad.
Margaret, yes.
Oh my god.
Very much yes.
I'm doing that next. This is delicious.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you good, or should I top you off with a little?
I'm gonna kill this one and then get some.
Just so you know, I don't ever want my partner to feel like disrespected. But I think last night, knowing what was going on with like you and Raven and stuff, I was so confused. I saw the
Good for her.
Raven in the lounge, and I'm assuming that Raven was not in the pod. Raven seems to be very like playful, but also she's a little negative.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I
Lexi, this
can't.
food looks
I'm
dope.
I'm done. Honestly, I was kind of surprised that she
Good on
was
Nancy.
on the top of your list. Raven? Like, I was really taken aback because we're very different.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I that is surprising. Last night, Bartice mentioned Raven would definitely be the type of girl that I date, like body type wise.
Oh
but
boy.
The whole point of this is that our foundation was built off of that emotional connection.
Yes,
and
Nancy, that's correct.
Raven emotionally couldn't have been who he wanted and needed.
Yes, Kay, I can't tell what's gonna happen.
Me
I'm
and
just
Raven had
waiting.
a huge like connection because we shared like everything fitness related and everything, and so we connected strongly over that. With me and you, it was like when I went to the pod with Raven, I knew I'd have to bring the energy and kind of she'd be kind of trying to match me. But for me and you, it was just like boom,
What?
boom, boom. We're climbing on each other. We're climbing on each other, you know. And so that's what I fell in love with. I just couldn't get you out of my gut when I was trying to have a date with Raven. I was just like thinking about you, and that's when I was like, you know what?
Okay.
These girls are like completely opposites. Like, what am I'm doing? Like, what am I sitting here like falling in love with two girls, and they're just like completely different like this? So that's when I was like, you know what? I have to end this whole thing with Raven now because Nancy's my number one by far, and like that's what I want to continue going with. Come here.
Okay. Yeah, nervous laughter. Okay. I want to address this. First of all, can someone remind me in the chat, is that true? What he said about not being able to get Nancy out of his gut and like he was the one to end things with Raven. I can't remember if that happened or not. Also, I'm going to scroll up in the chat because I missed some stuff. Yes. Good for Nancy for not letting that conversation just fly by. Because I think a lot of people on the show probably would have. And I'm super, super proud of her for just like voicing it in a way that was like clear and assertive, but not aggressive. Like, I think a lot of people also probably could have come at him sideways for the things that he said, myself included. And so I think Nancy gets big credit for initiating a conversation that's honest and clear without, you know, being aggressive or without being passive. Yeah, Bartice told Raven no, and Raven said, you can't fire me. Like, oh, yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. This is also like one of my favorite perks of doing this live is that I can chat with you guys about it. Because sometimes Aaron and I deadass have to stop and like look things up because we can't remember. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. Raven was rude and working out when Bartice. Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember now. Yeah, she was doing jumping jacks and exercises and stuff. Okay, so I guess Bartice does get credit for that then, because he didn't lie to her and he was honest. I generally, though, am just very nervous about this because he said some stuff while he was like very intoxicated that did seem to hurt Nancy's feelings and seemed like an indication that he might value physical appearance more than he's letting on, and that he prefers Raven's physical appearance, which is hurtful. Yeah, okay, exactly. He literally said last night that he regretted not giving Raven more time, which I think is a problem, you know, especially because the purpose of the show is to like fall in love with someone without having seen them, you know. I also am just very tired of this show because this is the same fucking song and dance that happens in every season where the men are like having a hard time with meeting the people that they didn't say yes to because of the way that they look. And it's just exhausting. I wish that Netflix would do a better job to include people on the show who really do care about finding an emotional connection rather than a physical one. Because it seems like when push comes to shove, the men are like, but she's hot though. And it's like very frustrating. I mean, I'd say something about venomous snakes being pretty, but still having nasty bites. Yeah, that's fair. But snakes are honest. Oh, yeah. Just make it gay. Honestly, same. But also too, after having watched, Are You the One, Come All? I had so much like inner turmoil because I'm like, these people are going to get hurt. So I have trouble advocating that anyone, actively be recruited into the show. Is it uncommon to find people physically attractive after having built an emotional connection regardless of type? I don't know, Finley. In my experience, no. But also, I think it's fair to say that Netflix is both recruiting a certain type of person to the show and also that being on reality TV does tend to draw a particular type of personality. And so it's entirely possible that these people just value physical appearance more than your average bear. I don't know. I also literally had a hysterectomy and he didn't believe me. What? Who didn't believe you? Oh my God, that's so rude. Yeah, they seem to choose people who tend to pursue physical attraction, which also bothers me. Yeah, we do need another Basit situation there. Such a queen, and they were really hurt. Oh, I only watched episode 1 of the show, and I'm scared because I do really love Basit. Yeah. Sorry if you can hear my dog, by the way. She has big feelings about people taking walks in the neighborhood. Okay, we're going to press play at 15:31. 15:31. Swingers, let them all try each other out during that. That is a different show, Margaret. I'm exhausted by them constantly zooming in on people's butts. But whatever. Did they just pour beer into a shot glass?
So like Stacey, no, go that way, go.
Ooh, corgi pups.
You look amazing.
Let me ask you this. I'm a Scorpio. You're a Scorpio. So touchy-feely is like my world.
Right.
I don't know Raven in that aspect.
I think the third or fourth thing she said to me was, I'm not a very affectionate person.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I kind of knew what I was signing up for. And I told her that, hey,
Okay,
I want
same.
to fall in love with you the Raven way. You know, so whatever way you want to be loved. You know,
Wait, can we talk about what a cute thing that is to say? Pause. Did we hear what SK just said? He said Raven told him early on that she's not an affectionate person, and he responded by saying, I want to fall in love with you the Raven way. That's so cute.
That's so Raven.
Aaron just ran in here and goes, that's so Raven.
Someone said that in the chat the other day, though. So
Oh, really? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Aaron is giving credit to whoever said that in the chat yesterday. Yeah, so far, like, I don't know. I'm nervous to say that I like SK because then watch there be some big villain reveal. But so far, I will say, like, all of the things that he's said and done have been very kind, very compassionate, and seem to be indicative of, like, a healthy partner. I think SK might be my favorite person on the show right now. Oh, Aaron, it was Finn who said that.
Oh.
Finn, he's out here stealing your jokes.
No, I didn't get credit.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, we're gonna press play at like 16. 1, 2, 3.
Very affectionate person.
Yeah.
I did that backwards.
I kind of knew what I was signing up for, and I told her that, hey, I want to fall in love with you the Raven way. So whatever way you want to be loved is what I'm going to give to you.
This is so cute.
Having that conversation with Raven yesterday helped us open up more. I definitely feel like we've made a lot of progress and enhanced our
Imagine that.
connection with each other. She's getting a lot more comfortable with me, but at the same time, we haven't been intimate with each other. There's definitely a good amount of healthy sexual tension that's brewing between us. Like sometimes I have to like wake myself up, like okay, all right, gentleman, like okay. But not having it in the beginning hasn't really changed the way I see her or the way I see our relationship.
How are you all doing?
I don't know.
First, but better every single day.
Yeah.
I feel like all our problem is like at first, like all we were doing is having like realistic conversations and like just very serious all the time.
Okay.
So now you're like letting loose.
Yeah. Now, like literally, like you know, like just making jokes with each other.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to bring more energy. Like I need you to like really start to open up.
Yeah. It took a moment, like with like the whole sex. It took a moment, like telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, pause. One of the things I do want to talk about too, actually, this is a very common thing that happens in Married at First Sight also. There's usually one couple in every season that doesn't have sex on the wedding night, and everyone is always like, oh my God, they're never gonna last. And then usually that's the couple who ends up developing like the quote unquote healthiest relationship. So I do think that's worth noting here. Raven talking about, you know, it was like medium at first, but getting better every day and like giving each other permission to like move slowly, I think is like a very healthy thing. I do generally want to advocate for this. I can't speak to the health of their relationship, obviously, because I don't know them. But I like generally as a strategy want to endorse, like a slow and steady progression of things. Because a lot of times too, we get this message from media that like, if you're not having the most inflammatory, life-changing sex right off the bat, that like clearly there's no chemistry and there's something wrong with you. And that's not true. It's very possible that that emotional connection will lend itself to a better connection later. Raven is starting to grow on me. I don't know why everybody doesn't like Raven. I was so surprised that he had language that he did to discuss his parents' relationship. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Being able to talk about that as succinctly as he did, I think is a really useful skill for him to have. What about the Fire Stick remote? I had to change the batteries in the Fire Stick remote right in the middle of the episode. Oh my God, no, I'm so sorry. Yes, Finley, exactly. I wonder why. I do, like I said, very much want to encourage people to embrace emotional, mental connection as a thing that can lead to physical and sexual connection later if you want it to. Just don't get the issue with taking it slow physically. Yeah, same, Christine. I think it's, again, like just a byproduct of the media. Okay. My mother literally told me that something was wrong with me. Oh my God, that's so rude. Yeah, that's very hurtful. And also not true. I'm so sorry that they said that to you. Okay, we're pressing play at 17:35. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I'm like, what? Hello? Hello? He's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I've been telling you. It's been a situation. But we're good. We're very good now. Now I'm like, whoa.
So I'm gonna look like a wet dog if I get on
Was
that
that
thing right now.
what I thought it was?
No.
I'm not even gonna touch it.
Cheer you on? Can I just like preserve what I worked really hard on?
The fit, right?
Like, come on! Not all of us look so good, really wet like that.
Is she afraid of water, maybe? I know, can we stop with this music, please? It's driving me nuts.
How you doing, Raven?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Good to see you in person.
I know. Yes, same. It is good to see you.
Christine, I'm so sorry I triggered your
great
I won't say
eyes,
the name.
The hair,
your electronic
curls.
assistant.
She's just a very gorgeous girl. So Raven definitely is a head turner. We did have a connection. Like, I do care. Like it's.
Barty, stop
we
saying
formed
that.
Something special in the pods. I still care what she might think of me, and I hope that she would care what I think of her because we're human beings. At the end of the day, we develop something real. It's not like we develop something real and it's over. Was it weird? Because like we had a crazy emotional connection. Is it weird like being here talking to me like face to face?
Crazy emotional connection, huh?
It's comfortable. Cause I know we were very comfortable in the pods.
Yeah.
I still feel comfortable talking to you face to face.
No, for sure. Yeah, I feel most comfortable talking to you face to face.
I mean, honestly, like I could tell in the pause, like you told me to get a lot of attention.
This is giving Jessica.
Like, hey, she probably a baddie, and then I saw you walk down. That's kind of like, damn, yeah, fuck, she's a good-looking girl.
Yeah.
But like, this is like that's why it's not about that. So
I'm uncomfy.
No, I had to bring it up. I'll give you a compliment, but
thank you, thank you.
Socks in the dryer, same.
I was very impressed when I saw you in person.
I appreciate that.
I was like, atta girl. That's why I was like, atta girl.
I don't understand what this is supposed to convey. I think it's problematic to perpetuate this idea that men are the ones who give approval for the bodies of women or femme people, because that's not fucking true. And also, like, just a really weird attitude to be walking around in the world with if you're really thinking that you get to tell people whether their body is worth being approved of or not. I very much want to encourage some self-reflection there. But also, this is giving strong, I feel like I made a bad decision and I'm trying to sort of subtly communicate to this person, like, hey, would you want to like go back on our decisions to both of our partners and change our minds? Because it just, like, I think the other thing about this that's frustrating to me is that if you did make the wrong decision, right? I want to honor that, again, these people are humans. It is okay for them to make mistakes. I don't want to put these people up on a pedestal as if they have to be making the right decision all the time, because that's not fair, right? That's not what they signed up for. And also, if you know that you made a wrong decision, and like you're now sitting with the regret from that, just say that. Just be honest. It's never going to be easy to tell someone, I made the wrong choice. Oops. I don't actually like you as much as I thought I did. And so it would behoove you to just be open about it, do it in as kind of a way as you can, and take your lumps. I think my frustration is with people trying to sort of walk both sides of this line, and you can't do that, especially, again, because you're being filmed, my dude. Like, that's not okay. Like, you can't do that. It's just, I mean, you can, clearly, but I don't think that it's the most ethical decision someone could be making. This feels like a relative telling you did a good job and then hitting your butt. Yes, that also. It's like patronizing and condescending, and just like really he's giving himself the most credit. Like, no one asked. No one needs your approval, Bartiste. Yeah, because they're hedging their bets, Finley. Exactly. It does feel like they're hedging their bets and kind of trying to sort of subtly put a coin in each pot and hope that they can then reap, the harvest at the end of that. And like, no. That's not how it works. Lauren, when Bartiste did, SK piped in with she's smart. Aww. See, I like SK better. Ew. Jewel, he did not say that. You look good enough to stand beside me. Please, someone tell me that that's not, he didn't actually say that. Surely. SK is goals. It's such an unfair thing to do to someone, let alone on TV. Yes, exactly. I think especially knowing that it's being filmed and later televised, this hits especially hard, because it feels like public humiliation. Like, I don't know how anyone in Nancy's position wouldn't feel like they're being publicly humiliated by this behavior, which again is just like such a deep betrayal, for someone that you're claiming that you love and that you want to get married to, and that like at this point is your fiance, like at the very least offer some respect for the other person as a human being, even if not someone that you're in love with, but just as a human being, to say, it's not working out. Yeah, it's also just, yeah. Yeah, I think they do forget that they're being filmed. That's the only explanation that makes any sense. It has to be. Yeah. Imagine your family watching you act a fool like this. I don't know. I'm curious though, like for somebody like Bartise, does he come from a family where the male or like masked people in it present themselves with this type of persona also maybe, and it's like a learned behavior? I don't know. Hi Juliana, thanks for coming to the stream. All right, here we go. We're gonna press play. We're at like 19 minutes 40 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Thank
you. I feel like on paper, we look like this freaking perfect match. Obviously, I came down to you, and I came down to Nancy.
It just keeps getting worse.
Connection with Nancy, that was very strong, and the emotional and like fun, and we can always joke, and it was like a best friend kind of vibe. Me and you had a connection where it was like, we're so similar. We both love fitness. We both love nutrition. And so it's like, damn, it was like literally everything we talked about was like, this is a connection. This is a connection. Similarity. So
a similarity.
Right, a similarity.
Like, I feel like you don't have to go up to girls. But like, I'm never gonna go up to a guy. So like, we would literally probably never talk if we went to a bar.
Right. But I might have approached you.
The reason why I'm not super flattered by what Bartise is saying is because like, Bartise never had any compliments for the pod Raven.
Yes,
Until
Raven.
Now, he has compliments for the physical Raven. So for me, it's
good
like
for
not
Raven.
flattering at all. And I know, like for some girls, that like is
yeah.
They want to be told they're pretty, and of course,
I love her.
My man loves me and thinks I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
But I also want to know that like he appreciates, you know, my mind and our connection and
yes,
how we're growing
Raven.
and you know, how we push each other, and that is not something that Bartise is looking for.
I like Raven so much more now. To be clear, I did not understand the Raven hate before this, but especially now, big kudos for Raven. Because again, like the people on the show are imperfect and they make mistakes and they say stuff that's like kind of, problematic sometimes. But if nothing else, I very much respect that Raven is able to like, first of all, clock this behavior as like, disingenuous, but also is able to like demonstrate some consistency. You know what I mean? Like one of the biggest criticisms that we have of people on the show is the like inconsistency in like, I'm here to find out if love is blind and to make a real connection with someone in the pods. And then as soon as they see a hot person, they're like, oh, never mind. You know, like I love that she is like staying consistent with like why I came on the show is to find someone who like loves my mind and values our connection and wants to be with me, not because of my body, but because of who I am as a person. And so like, I, first of all, love that this is being aired on TV because I hope that people like femme people and women heard this and like see this really beautiful, empowered, strong, like fabulous human being advocating for herself and valuing her worth outside of her physicality and like are able to be like, yes, I want that for me too. But also that somebody somewhere finally fucking understands the purpose of this show. Ooh, gorgeous Raven is used to being objectified, but she also has a mind. Yes, exactly. I think Raven saying something slightly insensitive about Nancy at the beginning made everyone assume, oh yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah. Because there was kind of like some passive aggression there between the two of them, right? Is this the beginning of the Bartise villain origin story? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember that exchange between Raven and Nancy, and we talked about that a little bit. I forgot about that. Yeah, she understands that it's not necessarily better to be with someone who matches all of your interests perfectly. She acknowledged that having differences can help them both grow. Yes, I love that. I think that's also a good point too, that a lot of times people look for a partner who shares interests, hobbies, friend groups even, and like in an effort to check these boxes of like on paper we make a perfect match, right? And that's not always true. I think it's very important to honor that you and your partner can have wildly different interests and still have a completely healthy, functional, happy relationship, you know? Yes, Rem, exactly. Real life engagements sometimes have to say that it's not working out. There's no reason to think that the pod engagements would be different. You know, I think that's a super good point. I don't think they'd air Raven's comments unless Bartise's arc was coming. Oh, really? You think, Lenny? Yeah, I'm interested to see how this evolves. Again, I do want to honor that a lot of this is probably the result of careful editing. So it's entirely possible that Bartise is a much kinder, much more compassionate, much more nuanced person than Netflix is portraying him. So I do want to be careful to not character assassinate him because we don't know the guy. Netflix is giving us a very narrow view. Yeah, that's fair though. I think that is fair to say that this behavior is very hurtful to Nancy, if nothing else. All right, we're pressing play at like 21 even, we'll say.
I really feel like we don't have a lot of compatibility for what we both want in a partner. I feel reassured in like the way that I want to receive love and the way
Good
that
for
I give
her.
it, you know? And I hope that you feel the same way. Like, we're doing the right thing. Like,
Good
I
for
think
you,
Evan
Raven.
And I definitely are like very more like methodical people, like, you know, just more realist. Like, he matches my like chiller energy. We've all made the right choices for like
Yes, Katie.
emotionally the people
Weeks
that we
and
are.
weeks. They have thousands of hours of footage, and it's getting edited into like a single video.
Yeah, it is Love is Blind, so like
We're proving that then, huh?
Good for Raven.
Yeah. Honestly, we are so emotionally incompatible. I don't know what we would say in real life besides like, oh, I like to go to the gym and lift weights. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, Maggie, exactly. Being different on paper doesn't mean you're bad partners.
I am not interested at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Angie, that's
focused
true.
on my man and my life. So, from the bottom of my heart, like, it's not a thing for me.
How are y'all? I am just not in the place to be like, oh yeah, everything's perfect. She's not.
Mhm.
She's not the
Actually, hold on.
first girl
Pause.
that picks up.
Natty, I wanted to address that too, because I think in past seasons we've seen the thing with people trying to like sort of hedge their bets again and like not fully saying no to someone. I think Barnett kind of did that in season 1. And I guess Mallory kind of did it too in season 2. Oh, yay, Hannah, thank you. I'm so glad that you guys like the lives. And so I really respect Raven just sort of being clear that, like, no, SK is more my type. He gets me. We have this in common. I'm happy. I hope that you're happy. And we are doing the right thing by staying with the partners that we have. I respect that a lot. Celine, that's a good point, though. There's only so much that editing can be done when you're the one saying the words. That's true. I think it's fair. I for sure don't want to excuse somebody of the impact of doing and saying hurtful things, because ultimately we all have to own responsibility for that in our own relationships also, you know? And so if you're going, oh yes, Shane, it was Shane. Thank you, Becky. But yeah, if you're going to do that on TV, especially, then you should know, like, this is very much something I might have to reckon with at the end of this experience, that I'll probably say something that's fucked up and it'll be recorded for posterity. And then those are my consequences to own. Yeah, Christine. Hoping that Bartiste would subvert the maturity expectation. So far, it's not going great. I wonder if she shares with Nancy about this interaction. Carolina, I wonder that too. I'm so curious. And also too, because they're cutting in this like B-roll footage of Nancy sitting there at the pool as if to insinuate that Nancy is watching all of this unfold, right? I'm doubtful that that actually is how it took place. I saw for the After the Altar reunion, they actually used a clip of Deepti like moving her head, and they reversed it to make it look like she moved her head this way instead of moving her head this way. So I am not at all trusting of the edits that Netflix is preparing for this show in particular. And so I am curious about the timeline of all of this. Like, when did this unfold? How did this unfold? Who was actually around? And like, to what degree are we communicating about this with each other, you know? Okay. I'm going to press play. We're at like 22:20-ish.
And I think she's hot. So physically, there is some growing for me to do. I think she is hot now because I love her. But like, if you want the truth,
Oh,
that
no.
would be my answer.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't think she's gorgeous.
Oh, no.
Gorgeous is just different than what my like
Your thing is.
natural thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I have feelings for Zay, but I'm not like.
I don't understand what that means.
I'm not head over heels yet.
Yeah.
Fax
okay.
machine, very much yes.
I'm literally fucking dying. I just felt like that was like very weird, like 1000%. Like, but very like open about it. Like, literally, I didn't even have to like pressure for a conversation.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna lie and say that that's just like, oh yeah, Snap,
Great.
did it, like we're good.
She's great.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh my god, she's amazing. like a little like tea session when we get to tea. I don't even drink tea. I'm a coffee drinker, but I drink it. I get all the tea.
Oh boy. Yeah, I don't like this pool either.
She got that sunlight in those brown eyes, like, ew.
I know they fucking.
The word vomit.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a wet Alexa for me.
Puppy material right there.
Baby girl.
I'm like
I am
energy
overwhelmed.
in like not a high strung way, but I'm like, let's do it. Like I don't like to take time. Like,
Uh-huh.
I walk
Angie's
fast,
same.
Like, boom, boom, boom. No, like he's gonna count every step.
I love it. Like,
I love it.
Alexa, XOXO gossip girl.
It is.
I love it.
So Raven and SK, I think I was a little skeptical at first. I thought that their personalities wouldn't match up.
Natty,
Now
a
that I've
lot.
talked to Raven,
They
I've
drink
talked
a
to
lot.
SK, I feel like opposites attract, and they're gonna take off.
Matt was forgettable. I didn't even remember that he was a part of this. But now seeing him and Colleen, who's like one of my best girls, like honestly, I might give them number one.
Brett and I are doing
That's
like
cute.
perfect. Like after like talking to everybody and like everybody's like spilling their tea. I'm like, we have no tea to spill.
Brennan,
That's
Alexa,
nice.
perfect mesh of weirdness.
If it was a competition, we would be like number one. But it's not.
Yeah.
But we are.
You'd be getting the tea.
How are you and Matt?
I mean, great.
Oh boy.
I'm ready to get married right now.
Like, sure, sign me up.
Well, that's where Matt's at too, obviously, so.
Yeah.
Now we're getting married, clearly.
So I'm just like going with how I'm feeling.
Going with how you're feeling.
Oh, yeah. Do they
any,
limit
like,
alcohol on Love Island? I didn't know that.
The way you pull that mask.
What he's been telling me is everything's perfect, but like, really? Is everything really perfect?
I mean, like, that's the only thing. That's,
come on.
No, that's the only thing
How
that.
is it perfect?
No, that's the only thing that, like, we haven't come across anything. So, of course, that's scary where it's like, when are we gonna find a hurdle? Like, we haven't been in the real world yet.
Oh, boy.
So I'm not naive. Like, shit, so we'll see.
Yes, we do love women supporting women.
How you doing?
What do you want to know?
Anything. Everything.
What are
Do you have reservations?
Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with her in the pods. We have an emotional connection.
Yeah.
Here it
She's
comes.
an amazing girl, but like, we do have like a physical connection, but it's not, like I said, it's not like the first, like, she wouldn't have been the first girl I picked out of if I just was basing this
Like,
fully
in a
on
room.
physical.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that means.
Really. For sure, like, you would be the person.
I really am trying to make a conscious effort to not objectify people based on their bodies because it's dehumanizing, it's weird, I just generally don't like it. But I am being so serious. I don't understand what stark difference there is between Colleen and Zanab's physical appearance that would cause him to be attracted to one and not attracted to the other. They seem similar enough, in my opinion, that I can't understand having strong physical or sexual attraction for one and having none for the other. I don't know. I hope it's not a fucked up thing to say. I'm saying it on live, but like they do, like they have a similar hair color, they have similar skin color, they have similar body types. That's true. I guess Zay is a brown person or like has darker skin. I don't know. It's racism, girl. Let's say it. Okay, that's fair. Maybe that's a part of it. I guess they do live in Texas, so the conservative political beliefs and racism and like racial beliefs are like more statistically prominent there. I don't know. I'm confused. Colleen is a ballerina and has more petite and athletic body type. Maybe she's shorter. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's like insecure about his height or something. I'm not really sure. I just am like, I guess it's not so much like trying to assess down to like the minute detail why their bodies are different so much that I'm interested in, but just like confusion about his like really expressive views about it. Like he is willing to tell anyone who will stand still long enough that he is not physically attracted to Zay, which is odd. I just don't get it. And it's just, I don't know. I think there's just something to be unpacked there for sure. Yeah. How hurtful to be the here person you are already sleeping with. Yes, exactly. Well, and I think this is what I was saying earlier too about being truthful, because he said something to her about like, does it seem like it's hard for me to be attracted to you? But then we'll tell anyone who's listening at the pool that he has a hard time being attracted to her. And so like, you see how this is not lining up? Like, very much I want to discourage people from doing this. Yeah. Especially the constantly spouting to anyone who will listen is like very hurtful and also strange. Okay, we're gonna press play at like 22:50.
I would go to in a bar.
I'd approach you in a bar too, by the way.
Yeah.
We'd approach each other.
Yeah.
Are you at all mad at me from the pods? Or, like,
No, not at all.
I knew that I would be physically attracted to you, but I was like,
Oy, oy, oy.
To say no to
This is a weird interaction.
I know, you're cute.
It is very.
Let's get out of here.
I know.
Stop talking to one another.
In the real world.
I don't like this conversation. It feels dishonest. Yeah. Diet shake. Oh.
Can we get another drink? Colleen is stressful for me because I like her.
Oh,
Colleen
no.
is gorgeous, and
No.
I would definitely date
Drink
her,
some ginger ale, you
I've
fools.
Said yes to Zinab, and I've said no to Colleen. I have to trust and
Fax
respect
machine,
my gut
yes.
with that because I did that for a reason. But Zinab is the girl I emotionally connect with.
Yeah, Finley,
Colleen's
that's
the girl
true.
I
No one needs
physically
that
connect
advice
with.
because most people
Where's
don't do
the
that.
in between, you know? And so I'm over here like trying to physically fall in love with Zinab, and it's tough. I'm already physically in love with Colleen, and so it's like, where is the perfect girl? Hello?
Oy, oy, oy. Pause. This is something that's very important for us to address. First of all, this like I wish I could have both thing. It feels like a weird entitlement thing. Like as if in order for him to have a partner that like he can actually love, that they need to check every box physically, and every box emotionally, every box mentally, and for everything to line up perfectly. Except like, sir, what are you bringing to the table? You know what I'm saying? Not that he's not worthy of love exactly the way that he is, because obviously he is. But when people have this attitude of like, in order for me to really want a partner, they need to be everything and then some, lends itself to like this attitude of like, I have no need for improvement. I wouldn't ever need to work on myself, be better, acknowledge any of my like faults or flaws, because we all have them, you know? And so it just feels, it's not a great thing to say. Physically in love with someone is not a thing. Yeah, that's correct. That as far as I'm aware, based in the research, it's not possible to be in love with someone solely based on their physical self and not any of their like emotional, mental, personality aspects. To me, it just sounds like he is not physically attracted to his partner and he doesn't know how to make peace with that. Which again, if you're not attracted to your partner, that's morally neutral. We don't have to be physically attracted to all people always. That's, I think, simply unrealistic. But if you are recognizing that it's not a fit, I think it behooves one to just be honest, and to give that person their respect that they deserve in just telling them it's not going to work, you know? Yes, I feel like a lot of cishet men specifically have the check every box syndrome. It seems to be something especially that's being called out on social media a lot. It also is just like, I think, a patriarchal ideal that women's job is to be physically attractive to men. And so it doesn't really matter what you're bringing to the table in terms of compatibility, in terms of personality, in terms of, likes, interests, hobbies, lifestyles, visions, goals, beliefs, that align. Ultimately, if you're not physically attractive, as a like cis het man, you are therefore not worthy of my attention, which is a very problematic and patriarchal thing to believe. I'm not saying that Cole believes that necessarily, but I will say comments like this would be a good place to start sussing out red flags in your own personal relationships. Like, oh, is that what's going on here? You know? Yeah. Yes, Juliana. I'm so tired of women of color being made to be underdogs on this show. I think that's super fair. It does seem to be something that's a point of contention in every season, which is super frustrating. I feel like the people who worry about physical attraction with these objectively beautiful people have never experienced true affection for someone. Honestly, I guess that's a good point too, that everyone on this show is like a conventionally attractive person, you know? That's one of the comments that we made in season 1, is that like it is really rich to have the premise of the show be A is love, really blind, and then to cast conventionally attractive, thin, cis, het, able-bodied people, and expect that that's like really pushing the limits, you know, because it's not. But Christine, Finn checked all of my boxes, as in he loves me exactly the way that I am. Yes, exactly. This is something too that I think is important to talk about. I wanted to mention this in the video we made about sex and intimacy tips, but a lot of people are under the impression that sexual attraction can only grow if you initially experience a spontaneous sexual desire for a person's physical self, and that's not true. A lot of times, physical and sexual attraction in relationships is not rooted in this belief of like, I am sexually attracted to my partner because of their body, but rather like I'm sexually attracted to my partner because that body belongs to my partner. You know what I'm saying? Like when we love a person as a person, we're sexually attracted, if you're a sexual person, obviously, we're sexually attracted to their body because it belongs to a person that we love, not the other way around. Like oftentimes there's this like reverse engineering that happens about like, if I don't automatically find your body attractive, or like if it doesn't fit this society enforced ideal of what an attractive body should look like, it's impossible for someone to be attracted to you. And that's not fucking true. Apple-bodied people, boots with the fur. I would love to see an apple-bodied person on this show. However, I don't know that I would want to subject a fellow apple-bodied person or plus-size queen to the dysfunction that happens on this show. Like, it would hurt my heart so much to see it like a cis-het hetero or cis-het like able-bodied and like conventionally attractive like thin man saying hurtful things about plus size people. Like, I don't think I could take it. Okay. We're going to press play. We're at like 27-24. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Cute. We love a massage moment. Yes, you and Christine and no one else. I would watch that all day.
You guys breathe in some of the oils and visualizing colors.
Okay, that's fun. Apple body people, boots with the fur. Do you think that would get me a cease and desist letter or a copyright infringement? I feel like we could make that happen.
So this is our heart chakra oil. I will leave this here right for you guys to enjoy between yourselves, okay?
Aaron,
Thank
same.
you guys both so much.
What is the live, laugh, love
Enjoy. Have a
music
great
that's
day.
happening right now?
Chakra oil.
All right, let's do it.
Do you even know where your heart chakra is?
We'll find out.
Oh my god. Lube me up.
Fair use, true. Oh, and parody law.
I'm ready. We're testing your massage skills.
I do great massages.
Okay, well, now it's your time to shine.
With the package.
Oh, it comes with the SK package. Okay.
You're glad you're going to have to pick up your son and miss the end of this.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Christine, isn't that the fun? Is that real love is
like
kind of
feel
boring
it
in a
opening.
way.
Yeah, the flood
You know?
Boom. Can't even contain me. God.
Oh my god, it's just pouring everywhere.
Oh, it's opening up.
Yeah, I feel it opening.
That's what I want.
All the love rushing in.
This is cute, but also like taking forever.
Yesterday,
Like, we
SK
get
and I
it.
talked about him stepping up to the plate
and like bringing more energy. I can tell he's trying. Maybe it's something he's not super used to, but it makes me want to try too. I definitely feel sexual tension for sure. Feels Beyonce-licious.
Aw, cute.
You need to see the real you.
Oh, yeah?
The real energy god.
Unleashed. Energy god unleashed.
My SK's actual name is that not his name?
I don't think you're ready.
Probably not.
You're not ready for this.
I don't know. Should we?
Yeah. It would be fun to see like the boring. You have to remember that Christine's job is making TV shows people will watch. She knows that no one would watch us. Finley fair.
What do you think is one of your like hidden? What do you think?
Being the energy god.
It is hidden.
It's not hidden. It's there. You just gotta find it.
It's gotta be freed.
You gotta locate it.
Well, have I located
Ooh, sushi sounds so good. Although I could eat sushi like all day, every day though.
Engagement looks good.
Summer Cole said he wants hot babies.
I feel like it's all coming together.
Ooh.
Establishing it. I like the fact that we started off with the strong emotional connection. We pretty much like felt each other's like hearts, like we poured our hearts out to each other.
This is sweet.
And I feel like that was very special. That was a very special place of vulnerability for me.
Babies do look like aliens, yes.
The future looks bright all the time, every time.
Agreed. Yeah, I feel like it's so fun to like see us get better every day.
Yeah, I wouldn't want it any other way. I wouldn't want it pressured. I wouldn't want it like.
I can't tell if they're actually engaged in this conversation because their body language is weirding me out.
Which I love about us.
Yeah.
Why is the water so loud? Yes.
And
Good question.
I do feel like, you know, I'm falling in love with you for sure.
I can see you're fading into
With this music.
And I think it's amazing and beautiful and great.
Okay.
I feel like I like really love you. Like I feel like this can go the distance.
Body language is throwing me off too, okay?
You texted Raven today. How was it talking to her?
Talking to Raven, it was good.
Oh boy.
And seeing her
oh boy
in the flesh, it makes sense. Like gorgeous.
What
I told her
does?
this, I was like, listen, like on paper, me and you make sense. You're fucking gorgeous. You're fit. Like we look good.
Why does he
to the
keep
naked
saying
eye.
that?
If you were to look at Raven, look at me, and we're at a bar, we're at a restaurant, that would make sense.
Why does he keep saying that?
But if you compare that to me and your relationship, our connection was emotional. Our connection was energetic. Our connection was fun. It was easy. We're making connections based on what we're saying, not based on who we are physically.
Oof.
Do you think Raven and SK would say yes?
Why do you care?
I honestly think they're both gonna say yes.
Yeah. Layla, yes, that's what I'm picking up too.
My biggest fear, and this plays into the fact of us falling in love, which we have done.
Oh
But
no.
in my previous relationships, I've fallen in love before, not on this level.
Oh boy.
But in my previous relationships,
Oh boy.
that love has fizzled out. And I can't identify a reason for that having happened. It's just I have lost interest in the girl that I was in love with. I feel
Which
like it's
sounds like
real,
a
but
you
I'm just
thing.
Worried that there might be a fizzle out aspect because we need to experience each other more in Dallas, not in this beautiful fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If we held a wedding right here, right now, what do you think the answer would be?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Your answer right now would be yes?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Even though we've never gone through any challenges?
Yes.
You don't know how I handle.
Is he trying to get her to break up with him?
As open as we can.
Because if you want to break up with
Sign
Nancy
me up.
Bartise, don't be a coward. Just do it.
Yeah. I just want you.
Oh no. This is where you say me too, Bartise. Oh, yoy, 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 yoy. Oh, thank you, Courtney. I actually didn't buy this cup. Someone gave it to me and I really like it. Okay, let's pause from this serenading. Several things that I want to unpack about this. First and foremost, the on paper, Raven and I make sense because we're both so physically attractive and blah, blah, blah. We seem like we match each other. Could very much carry the insinuation to a partner that I don't think that we physically match. And so that's a struggle for me. Which is inherently a hurtful fucking thing to say. And also begs the question, why are you saying that? You know what I mean? If you are having this level of difficulty, envisioning a future with a partner, feeling an attraction to a partner, if that's a necessary part of a relationship for you, then why are you in that relationship with them? Like, we need to have some very serious conversations about our decision making and like where we see this going, you know? It is a hurtful thing to say this to a partner. And I do really want to encourage people in that if you find yourself in this situation, to lead with a sense of honesty, and also to not string someone along. Like, this is the same conversation that folks have about cheating. If you are in a relationship where monogamy is the expectation and you are unable to abide by that expectation, just be honest that like, this is not working for me. And so therefore, you know, we can't be together and I'm removing myself from this relationship. Like, you can do that in a way that's compassionate and kind and respectful, and also honoring to what you need. Like, if he's not physically attracted to Nancy, again, morally neutral, but that needs to be brought out into the open rather than sort of like walking both sides of this line. And also this like, well, really, like, you would say yes today. Again, I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth because we don't know, and the show is very highly edited, but it does kind of come off as like, I am hoping to sow some seeds of doubt so that you will break up with me and I don't have to be the bad guy, which is a problem. Again, I think a lot of this could be solved and potentially like hurt avoided if Bartise was just upfront and honest about what he needed and where he saw this going. The amount of guys who's told me they can't see themselves with me because I'm too tall. Yeah. Which like is, you know, again, like, it's just, I think something that's important to like be upfront about, you know. Don't get into a relationship with someone under the premise that I will love you regardless of what you look like, except that you're not a person who can deal with being in a relationship with someone who's not your quote unquote physical type. Don't sign up for the show. Don't agree to be in a relationship. Don't ask someone to marry you and then don't meet the person that you said that you would be physically attracted to no matter what. You're not physically attracted, but then not be truthful about it. There's just like a lot of missteps that happen along the way, I think. Yeah, exactly. Why do people care so much about looks on a show called Love is Blind? I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, I think Bartise needs to be honest with himself and Nancy. All right, we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1. Do they really need to put B-roll and music in between every single scene?
She was just being in sync. A little bit?
Like a lot of it.
Make a face at me.
Like,
a lot
like,
of it.
Like a lot of it.
Okay. She was being in sync then. You rolled your eyes again.
Like, we're the fucking best.
Well, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
No competition, but...
Like, literally.
Okay.
Always. You're just the best in general.
I also am having a hard time sussing out when people are drunk on this show or not.
I'm really excited about going home.
Are you? Why?
Just because, like, I'm excited for the next step. We're not in real life right now. We're in a dream.
I don't know. I feel like
and the dream's good to be in.
I don't feel like this was the dream. I think, like, this was the difficult part. Like, taking you home.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Family, like, that's it. Like,
what is something about home that you might be nervous about?
I'm comfortable in my
all the
decision
time
when
drunk.
nobody else, like, understands my
Fair.
decision.
Where you're at.
Yeah,
the fact that
nobody
you
else
got
was
engaged
here.
with somebody in 9 days.
Christine, I know the B-roll is good emotional transition. I just don't like it, I guess.
I feel like you and I are good.
Make it.
We got through this. So I feel like we're like, I think we'll get through the family part. I think
Very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curious to see how that works out.
Like, I kind of love you.
Do what?
I kind of love you.
Like a little bit?
Yes, Finley, exactly. I think family of origin is a
Scale
big
of, like,
test.
1 to like 1/8. What are we looking at?
You're like a 6/8, babe.
6/8?
Like a 6/8.
Hell yeah. That's like more than 50%, I think. I'm not really good at math, but seems like a lot more than
way more than
a quarter.
50%, babe.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. I'm just fucking sweating.
Yeah, that's fair. Everything about this is hard, honestly.
Yeah.
Why are
Am
they
I that
doing
hot?
that?
You're very hot. You're really hot, girl.
What's your biggest turn on?
6/8 is the same as 3/4.
Like, what's your
I didn't
biggest
catch
turn on?
that.
You.
Oh boy, here we go.
How was your pool party? I had a great time till it came down to me and you.
Uh-oh.
Was all of this because of what I said to you?
Mm-hmm. You came over, you were swimming over.
Oh boy.
And you're like,
Oh, boy.
I'm coming over to my girl. Something ridiculous. And then I asked you to rate me.
Ah!
I was like, you're a 9 out of 10.
Uh-huh.
And then you were like, is there anyone here who you think is a 10 out of 10?
Oh boy.
Yeah, Colleen.
I was like, maybe one person. Which,
No, you said 2 people.
Duh.
Raven and Colleen, which, like, I mean, come on, duh. But still, though, super shitty to hear.
And I gave you a 9 out of 10. Do you realize I give like 80% of the women in the world like less than a 7?
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault because I asked you to rate me. That's
I'm
all
so
on me.
stressed
Those are
about
just
all of this.
self-esteem issues,
I
babe, that I have to
pause.
work
Hold
through.
on.
That's fine.
What the fuck is going on? This I don't even know what to say. Like I am just gonna say it now. This does feel a little bit like a thing that my hair is all fucked up. Close the curtains. Oh boy. Okay. First of all, I don't think it is great to be doing the thing where we're asking our partner to rate us on a scale of 1 to 10 because it is inherently dehumanizing, and it is a thing I think that people could get hurt feelings about very, very easily. On top of that, I also want to honor, though, that I think... Oh, thank you, Lenny. I think it's fair to say that Zanab might be noticing that Cole is, like, having a hard time with, like, the physical attraction thing, like he's been talking about. And so it seems like she's sort of pulling. Like, she's asking a lot of questions to try and, like, get him to be honest about it. Which, like, I can understand, like, on a human level why someone would ask these questions. Because it seems like she's like, doing her best to ask the question of, like, are you not physically attracted to me? And if you're not, like, why are we doing this, you know? asking for his rating is masochism. It does seem like something that would really hurt someone's feelings, especially if you know that your partner is kind of being a weirdo about the physical attraction thing. However, Cole, first of all, saying you're a 9 out of 10 and there's 2 people here who are a 10 out of 10 is like, why would you say that? Like, I just don't, I do think it's important to be honest. And I think it's also important to be mindful of our partner's emotions and like whether we're going to be hurting them or not. I also very much take issue with this person saying, don't you realize that I give the majority of the population less than a 7 or whatever? Like, that to me feels very much like a window into potentially what the priorities are, that this person, first of all, really thinks he's doing the most in terms of looks, and second of all, really feels entitled to objectify and dehumanize women based on their appearance, which is a problem. It's very much a red flag and very much a thing that I want to encourage people to be aware of in relationships. If there is somebody who's really fixated on rating people, on evaluating whether or not someone is hot enough to be with me, there's potentially some self-esteem stuff there. There's potentially some patriarchal attitudes and some misogyny to work out. These are all things that can be addressed in therapy if someone is willing to do the work. But if someone's not willing to do the work and that doesn't align with your values, very much okay to say, that's not a relationship for me. I just, like, why do people rate people? Yes, exactly. It's a fundamentally useless exercise, that's driven by objectification and dehumanization. And I just don't, I don't like it. Yeah. Why is he rating the entire population? And also, why does he feel entitled to do so? What does he really think his role is? Again, this is the same energy as Bartiste saying like, oh yeah, that's why I told you, Raven, add a girl. No one asked. You're not entitled to give that judgment about the rest of the world. It's unnecessary, unasked for, unvaluable. Like, rating people is inherently a problematic thing to do, and in relationships, unnecessary, especially in relationships where monogamy is the agreed upon expectation. You don't need to be rating your partner. Like, that is just not, oh yeah, thanks. I'll get rid of the bot. Hold on. Get out of here. Remove. It's just, yeah. I just don't like it. And also I think it begs the question, why are you saying this? What is your goal in communicating this to your partner? Because sometimes too, people with this fixation on rating others have a desire to communicate like you are less than what I wanted, and so therefore you need to continue to be trying kind of a thing. It's like a negging kind of thing, like, I want you to feel like you have to continually try harder to get my approval type of thing, which is problematic and abusive and just not, I'm not saying that that's what Cole is doing, but it can be a sign, like a tip off in other relationships. So be wary of that. Yeah, Margaret. Exactly. Okay. Let's keep going. Hopefully it doesn't get worse.
I'm good. It's really crappy to hear that the man you love and the man that you're engaged to is like, oh yeah, I'm physically attracted to this girl. You're a 9 out of 10. But she's a 10 out of 10. I just don't know if other women would receive that better than me.
No.
Maybe I'm very irrational.
No.
But I absolutely hated hearing that.
This is my other problem, is that Cole is sort of painting this expectation that like you're being dramatic, you're being irrational. And like, no, she is not. It is so incredibly valid to have your feelings hurt by your partner, especially a new partner, communicating, I'm spending a decent amount of time with people that I think are much more attractive than you. Yeah, I wish that Zanab would stop dunking on herself because she's not being dramatic. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say the pause. She's not being dramatic. She's not being irrational. It is very much, I think, a shared experience that someone, regardless of their gender, would feel hurt by their partner saying, I found all these other people that I spent all day with more attractive than you. Okay, we are at 39:28. 39:28. And we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
I don't like you when you're mad.
Oh!
It just makes me question a lot about how he feels about me and the relationship we have. Maybe it goes back to my insecurities, but it's just not something that sits well with me at all.
It's like there's always gonna be other girls and all that.
100%.
What's gonna matter is that like you know that I've chosen you. I
Ew.
100% choose you over everyone else. I'm ready to put a ring on your
Do
finger.
you?
Like,
It's
that's
not
all I'm
necessarily over the everyone else.
saying. Yeah.
Do you have any desire to build with anyone else?
Valid
No,
question.
But I think Colleen's attractive. So is everyone here. So is Brennan. So is
Oh,
Esther.
no. No, you don't get to do
Everyone
that.
knows Colleen's hot. Shocker.
No, you don't get to do that. I'm cutting him off. Yeah, it does have the I only like you when you keep sweet and obey vibes. First of all, telling your partner I don't like you when you're mad is hurtful. I'm not saying that we should be like jumping for joy when our partner is upset at us. That's not true. However, it is so important that we make peace with the fact that being in a relationship with someone means that we will have conflict. I am so eternally frustrated as a clinician by people walking into relationships with the expectation that we just love each other so much that we don't fight. Isn't that so cool? We're just so compatible that we never have conflict. Like, no, that's not a realistic expectation. If that is the way that a relationship presents, I have very serious questions about our ability to effectively move through conflict and to be authentic and assertive, because to me that reads much more as like we're both conflict avoidant and passive, and so therefore we don't have conflict, than it does like we're just so happy with each other. But also to communicate to your partner like I don't really like you that much when you're upset at me, it is hurtful. Basically, you're communicating I like having a relationship with you when your emotions are convenient and easy for me, but if they're not convenient, then I am not interested in being in this relationship, or not interested in having this conversation with you or being present with you, which is a very hurtful thing to say. Yes, conflict is how you learn how to compromise sometimes. And also not all conflict doesn't mean fighting. Conflict doesn't mean yelling. Conflict just means these two things don't align. So like, I believe this, you believe that, or I wanted this, you wanted that. We're at odds here. And so we need to figure out how to meet in the middle. Conflict doesn't mean having like a big blow up fight or something, you know? I think a lot of people also have, because of media and all of this, absorbed this idea that conflict means we're fighting with one another. We're ready to like throw down. And that's not true. Oh, yeah. This, you know, everyone knows that Colleen's hot. Blah, blah, blah. Like, of course, like Brennan is hot and you know, so-and-so is hot, is very much a way to minimize the hurt that he's causing. Oftentimes people do this when they are having a hard time weaseling out of accountability for the way that they've hurt someone. Sometimes this can look like oh yeah, well, I hurt you. Well, you hurt me last week when you XYZ. And sometimes this might look like, oh, hi, Isabel. Thanks for coming to the live. Sometimes this might look like someone saying, like what Cole is saying, that like, oh, okay, well, I think Colleen is hot, but you probably think that Brennan is hot, or someone else probably thinks that so-and-so is hot. It's an effort to minimize the hurt and an effort to sort of squeak your way out of owning that, like, yes, I said something that was hurtful to you and I can understand why you feel this way. I'm validating those emotions, and I want to be here to have a conversation with you about it. Or, you know, because also I think this conversation, again, I don't want to speak for anyone. I don't know, because again, the show is so highly edited. However, I could very much see Cole assuming that Zanab's expectation is that he not find Colleen attractive anymore, which I don't think would be most people's goal. I think it's fair to say that we are just attracted to who we are attracted to, and it is also morally neutral to experience a physical attraction for someone outside of your relationship. However, the goal, ideally in a situation like this, is to honor that me interacting with them, repeatedly speaking about how I find them more attractive than you, expressing confusion or fear about the future of our relationship because I'm attracted to them, intentionally seeking out time with this person who I think is more attractive than you. All of those things are things that are going to hurt your feelings, that are going to push your buttons, and that may damage our connection. And so I want to make an effort to not do things that are going to hurt your feelings, that are not going to damage our connection. And then also I want to be here to make space for those emotions, to allow you to feel how you feel, to validate that that makes sense. Like, all of those are useful conversations to be having, and minimizing Zanab's like reaction to this is not any of that. Like, it's not helpful. It's not any of that. And it just, yeah, I don't love this. Why is he acting like a hormone-filled teenager? Yeah, that's a good point, actually, Juliana. The like expectation that he just like can't control how much he's attracted to Colleen is also not a realistic expectation. We as human beings experience attraction for other people all the time. And that doesn't mean we have to allow that to influence our behavior. No, I think Matt, the one that is partnered with Colleen, was the one who was in a 10-year relationship and then got divorced. The howevers. Fair enough. Yeah, I know I say buttons weird, and I say however a lot. Okay, we're at 40:38. I'm going to press play. 3, 2, 1.
Do I have feelings for her? No. Would I ever marry her? No. Would I marry you? Yes.
The exasperation is not
She's a great-looking
kind.
girl.
Why does he keep saying it?
I can't
Thanks,
change that.
Melanita.
But I don't have any feelings for her. Like, we don't mix at all.
I don't think that's true.
I don't know what to talk to her about. It's like, it's just not there.
Got it.
At all.
I'm going to pause it again. I'm sorry. We're at like 41:14. I also just want to say, if you are not in an emotional space during conflict to validate your partner's emotions without being like resentful or condescending or doing the like, I would encourage you to take a break and give yourself the space to regulate your emotions, because that conflict resolution isn't really going to feel very good to be on the receiving end of. Very human. We all do this, you know, but it's important for us to honor what we're bringing into the room. And a lot of times we try to like avoid the like tone of voice conversation. Like, oh, well, if I didn't, you know, I said the thing you wanted me to say, quit like getting on my back about tone and stuff. But if you're saying it in a way that's hurtful, then it might not really be doing you any good. Yeah. I find most people attractive, but you don't have to do anything with that. Yeah, Sarah, exactly. So he's admitting he just sees Colleen as a hot body. Yeah, that's also kind of problematic, honestly. Yeah, very much backpedaling. All right, we're pressing play again. We are at 41:12 in 3, 2, 1.
Thanks for the honesty. I appreciate it. Not great to hear, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
If you think I'm confused about who I'm with, then that's not the case. I'm not confused at all about who I'm with.
I feel so bad for Zanab.
I agree that it's real. It's very clear, Cole, for me. I don't doubt that there are feelings between us at all. I will be patient as long as there's something to be patient for. I just hope that you respect me enough to tell me when there's not anymore. And if it's something that is not...
That's what I'm saying.
...gonna work, then we make that decision that that's not what we're gonna do anymore.
Okay.
Those are my expectations for someone that like I would love and respect.
Super valid and fair boundary.
I want this to work.
I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that was like a thing, but
good for her.
I just like with all the unknowns coming up, I'm really scared.
Good for her.
I'm fearful.
Good for her.
I like figure out it's you and I give absolutely everything I have. And then in 4 weeks, we're just not in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Super
things
valid
very
fear.
deeply. Very, very deeply.
Zainab.
There's a part of me that like would wish you would just just be more. It's not even like more committed. It's not even like more sure me. Like it's not like no.
No, it is. I know
just,
what you're saying.
I would like it's not even me. Like
No,
I
you
just
don't.
love for you to be like more on just like one person and that's it. Because
I'm
like,
only on
don't,
you.
I don't.
What do you mean to say? No, I don't have eyeballs. No, I don't see anyone else with a nice body and a cute
That's
face.
okay. If that's the
nobody.
honesty that we'll go with, we'll just keep it
Like,
moving in our
I
relationship.
can do that. Do you want me to do that? Do you want me to say, oh no, you're the only girl I see?
No, I don't. Because now, forever, I will always think that's bullshit.
How does it keep fucking getting worse? Okay. Wow. First of all, the frustration that he's bringing into the room is not helpful. Second of all, talking, I know, Aaron, every time I think we're on our way out of this conflict, it just keeps getting worse. The talking over her pushes my buttons. This is one of the primary skills that folks learn in couples therapy, is learning how to sit with your discomfort when your partner is saying something that's hard for you to hear, because the tendency, especially for men, because historically, statistically, in the research, we know men tend to be more dominant in the speech space. Their tendency is to talk right over top of anything that hurts their feelings, that makes them uncomfortable, that damages their ego. And if you are a person who's like socialized and like benefited from the patriarchy, I very much want to encourage you to do that work on yourself, to like really practice sitting with the discomfort that your partner can say what they're going to say, and you will get your chance to communicate, but that your work right now is in absorbing, is in really hearing what your partner is trying to tell you, because Sanab did a really, really great job of being vulnerable, of being clear, of being calm with all of her communication. Like, very much high five to her for owning those emotions, because especially fear is a scary one to own with people that we don't have that level of trust with yet. And so for her to say clearly, I am afraid. I'm very fearful because I feel things very deeply. And I'm afraid that when we get to the end of 4 weeks that I'm going to feel really deeply and have given everything, and we won't be in the same place. She communicated her feelings clearly. She was like very vulnerable and honest and did not assign any blame to him. She didn't point a finger. This is like textbook, like how I would encourage someone to communicate about fear. And then that made Cole very uncomfortable. So he started to talk over her and started to do the thing, where he's putting words in her mouth, and exaggerating and saying something that he knows is not true. She's not asking him to not have eyeballs. She's not asking him to never find someone attractive. But he sets that expectation so that she can go, no, of course that's not what I want. And now, see, all of a sudden we're talking about something completely different. Now we're having a conversation that no one actually is trying to have. And Zainab might have felt pressured to refute an argument that she didn't make in the first place. And so like, this is a common tactic in dysfunctional communication that can derail a useful and helpful conversation so quickly. It's also very fucking invalidating, because again, that's not what she's asking for. And she ultimately is looking to feel heard and to have her concerns and fears validated and heard by her partner. And like, none of that happened. I think this is also, it's the basic straw man argument. This is also a good time to pause and remind folks that sometimes, even though we are doing the most with using healthy communication skills, with being assertive, with setting clear boundaries, with being vulnerable, that conflict or communication with someone might not work out, and that's not on you. I encourage people all the time when we're doing boundary setting work or communication work to really embrace that sometimes it doesn't matter how many healthy or like fully self-actualized tools you're bringing to the conversation. Because if someone is committed to not hearing you, there's nothing that you can do about it. And so we have to release ourselves of this expectation that as long as I, X, Y, or Z, we will come out of this conflict successfully. We can't guarantee that. We can only control what's on our side of the street. And if you've done your best, you've done your best. And that's that, you know? Yes, to comfort her, to reassure her, to express devotion to her, but he doesn't. And so he's like trying to hide. Exactly. I'm pretty secure in my self-esteem now, and I'm a plus size woman and dealt with this kind of stuff in my life. But even occasionally you need the reassurance. It matters. Yeah. And it also doesn't make you a needy or weird person to want reassurance from your partner. Again, this is like super normal and like valid expectations. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah. We are going to press play. We're at like 43:15 right now. We're going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
Good.
Anytime that comes out of your
That's
mouth.
bullshit for any guy, unless they're married to Kim Kardashian. Who
Great.
you look like, so we're close.
Only time and space can fix this now.
The weird smile on his face makes me very uncomfortable. Oh, I hope that was an editing thing and not his real facial expression to her expressing hurt. Yeah. Which is odd that he said Kim Kardashian is like the thing, because he seems to be attracted to someone who looks like the opposite of Kim Kardashian, but that's fine.
How was the little conversation with Cole at the pool party?
All I said was you're a cute guy, and in the real world, sure.
Oh boy.
What's the real world?
In the real world, if like I don't have like with Cole, like I don't even know who that person is. With you, I know
Oh,
who
boy.
you are.
Yeah, but you didn't tell him that though, right?
I did.
Okay, the stonewalling's not helpful.
I've been played before, all right? I get it. I get it.
We didn't have a moment by any means.
Good.
Okay, that's
We
not
didn't.
helpful because that is true. Oh no, is Matt gonna blow
so
up?
much respect for Zay, and
Obviously he doesn't.
I have so much respect for you, and I didn't know what to say during that
It's
conversation.
very
Okay.
easy to shut it down.
I appreciate the honesty.
It takes 2 words. That's my man. 3 words.
I
That's my
did.
man. No, you're attracted to me?
did.
Cool. I'm glad. That's my man. None of the
Oh, boy.
girls told me I was attractive and they were attracted to me and they wanted to be with me.
Okay, the
And if they
gesturing
did, I would've
is
shut it down and
a
said, I
lot.
got my eyes on one girl. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I got my eyes on one girl.
Pause. Before we move on, I do just want to give a quick trigger warning because I'm sensing, someone said in the chat that he's going to blow up, and I'm sensing that there's going to be a lot of like wild gesticulating. So if witnessing a conversation like this is a trigger for you, very much want to encourage you to like mute it, take a minute away. You can be done with the stream, honestly, if that's like too much, because watching stuff like this can be really overwhelming. First of all, though, I do want to acknowledge that Colleen did say, I didn't know what to say. I think this is very much a useful thing sometimes to just own and acknowledge that, like, listen, I fucked it up. Like, I said the wrong things, or like I entertained that conversation longer than I should have, but I didn't know what to say. I think there's also like a key difference here, between the expectations for someone like Colleen and someone like Cole, because people who have been affected by misogyny and socialized in this world where, like, again, we're not invited to take up space in the speech space. We're often objectified by men who can be fucking dangerous. It's really hard to know what to say in a situation like that. And so this is not a situation where there's like a one-to-one expectation. And people might say that that's hypocritical or that I'm like giving Colleen an out. That's fine. I think it is very important, though, to acknowledge the impact of sexism and the patriarchy, because like that Margaret Atwood quote about like men are afraid that women will laugh at them and women are afraid that men will kill them is so incredibly pertinent here. I'm not saying that Cole was like being at all physically threatening to Colleen. What I'm saying is that oftentimes we internalize these fears as a result of living in the world and having these experiences again and again and again. And so we have a hard time developing the communication skills in situations like this. And so I do have a little bit more like leeway for Colleen in potentially not knowing what to say, because we haven't really flexed that skill of like being assertive and telling a masc or male person, no, thanks, get away from me, I don't want to talk to you. It can feel really scary and really hard to do. So I think she gets slightly more credit. I also don't love that Matt is not regulating his own emotions and like was stonewalling her first and now is like wildly gesticulating everywhere. As an emotionally reactive person, I want to own that this is human. This is also a common behavior. However, it is very important that we honor what we're bringing to the table and that we take the time to emotionally regulate ourselves so that we're not scary to our partners. This can roll downhill so quickly. And especially if you're the person who's carrying more patriarchal privilege into the room, it's very important for you to be aware of that. So friendly PSA and encouragement to do that work and to practice those emotional regulation skills, because it's super, super important. Matt has real trauma. Yeah, for sure. I think probably with the relationship that he was in before, it seems like there is some trauma there. So again, like very human, and also very important to, again, be mindful of what we're bringing to the table and to own responsibility for how our reaction has the potential to influence people. Oh, sorry, we're pressing play. We're at like 45:24. And we're going to press play in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Can I take a minute?
Good for her. Take a minute. This is a really useful skill. I encourage people to practice all the time. Take some time. Yeah, because she's overwhelmed. Good for her. Give yourself the space. That's allowed. Also, I wouldn't want to have this conversation on camera either. We love an adult timeout. Yes, we do. Ooh, don't love that he's following her.
We have 4 weeks to get married. And for you to tell people that they're attractive people as an engaged woman. He's a cute guy, and in the real world, whatever happens, happens, right?
No.
Oh boy.
So fuck me, right?
No.
Nope, that's not helpful.
You're gonna tell me you love me and shit like that, but fuck me, right?
That's not helpful. That's not what she said.
What are you talking about?
Oh boy.
What are you talking about?
I only have eyes for you, Matt.
Oh boy.
What? You got your eyes on one person. You
I
should
do.
at least.
I only
You
have
should.
Oh boy.
It's not like that.
Stop. This is fucking ridiculous. Bro, I'm not gonna get fucking played, Colleen.
Okay.
I might be.
No, come on.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad that the cameras got kicked out, but I'm annoyed that they have mics on still.
Hold on. Do you hear yourself? You were engaged to me.
Yeah, this is very
and you
much a
did
trigger
not
warning,
know
you
how to
guys.
respond to somebody telling you that they are attracted to you. That's all I need to hear. I'm gonna tell how I feel, and we're on 2 different pages.
No, please tell me.
No. I'm out.
Oh,
It's very
please,
simple.
please.
It's very simple.
Oh boy.
I don't want you to change. But it don't
I'm also doubtful that he really means that, which is a problem.
Take this mic off me, man. Take this shit off me. I'm out, bro.
Ew, did he say you belong to
I don't want
me?
him to leave. I'm scared that he's trying to like tap out, and I don't want to lose him. So I don't care what I have to do.
To be fair, we don't know
Who
how
cares?
long
That's
she was
people
alone,
pleasing.
but
I
it
don't
did
give
seem like it was a
fuck.
very
Like,
short amount of time.
I don't want to lose him. So whatever I have to do, I have to do.
Yeah, Aaron, I'm doubtful
Sorry,
that he
guys.
actually is
Give me a
done.
second.
I am guessing that he's using
Should
this
I
as a
not
way to
be upset
manipulate
at
her.
that? If your wife came up to you and said that some guy told her that she was cute, and then she in turn said that you're cute as well in the real world, if you were to buy me a drink, whatever happens, happens, would you be upset? Man to man, would you be upset?
Ew.
You personally? Yeah, you fucking would be. And if I would have done the same thing to one of the girls, I'd be the fucking player that's playing her like a fucking fiddle.
Did he throw
And I'm
shit
not
on the
gonna get
ground?
played, bud, okay? It's not a game. This is my life. This is my life. If I'm gonna commit to somebody, I gotta know that she's with me 100%. Hey.
Ooh, that makes me so mad. Okay, hold on. I want to read the chat. And no, Colleen, you don't need to do whatever you need to do. Yeah, no. Yeah, this does seem like a manipulative tactic. Aaron, you're so cute. I love you. Baby. Okay. Yeah. The like moving around and the gesticulating does make me very nervous. If I was having a face-to-face interaction with this person, I would be terrified that I was about to get murdered. I'm not even going to lie. And I don't want to accuse Matt of being a violent person, but I do think it's important to have a conversation about, again, how people who have been affected by misogyny and the patriarchy absorb interactions very differently than people who benefit from the patriarchy and misogyny do. And again, I just want to encourage anybody who has benefited from the patriarchy to unpack and like honor that your behavior it doesn't exist in a vacuum for people, and that you very much could benefit from doing some work around noticing how that shows up. Yeah, it's interesting because we talked earlier about him possessing some possessiveness, and then boom, yeah, here we are. I feel like that was also probably an editing thing from Netflix, to be fair, but still, I want to honor that he is allowed to feel how he feels. He's allowed to feel insecure. He's allowed to have some hurt. He's allowed to have some fear about the fact that he feels like his partner was insinuating a comfortableness with being unfaithful. Again, especially in relationships where monogamy is the expectation. I can understand why that would feel like a violation of the boundaries or a violation of the mutually agreed upon expectations. However, it is so important to differentiate our reaction from reality. Like, you're allowed to feel how you feel, but you are not entitled to insist that this is reality then. And there is also a way to express, I felt hurt, I felt embarrassed maybe, I felt upset or sad or angry, and to like voice that out of a desire to work on the partnership. Because oftentimes too, when we're emotionally flooded, we have a hard time centering the purpose of our communication on like the good of the relationship. And I don't just mean romantic relationships either. Like, this happens in platonic familial relationships too. When we're emotionally flooded, we're usually not thinking about how can I communicate with this person for the best benefit of our relationship. Usually we're thinking about ourselves and trying to ease our own discomfort, which again is very human. This is morally neutral and decidedly fucking unhelpful. This is why I encourage folks to take adult timeouts, to practice emotional regulation skills. If that means like calling your best friend and yelling about it for 10 minutes, by the way, like if that means sitting in a room and like feeling how you feel, those are all things that like you can practice. But like I don't agree with or like want to recommend communicating in the way that they're communicating with one another. I also am very frustrated by him communicating, I'm out, I'm done, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And then telling the camera crew, yeah, no, I don't know, I might be. That's not fair, because you just so clearly told Colleen, I'm leaving, and you walked away in an attempt to cause her to feel upset and to feel a sense of scarcity. And now you're admitting to the camera that that's not actually true. You might not actually be done. That is inherently fucking manipulative. And like a reflection of this possessive attitude that like I own my partner and they are not allowed to make me feel small by someone else desiring them. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. The chat is moving kind of fast. Obviously, people don't always want compliments, especially women who end up on the spot. I don't think he thought he needed to. He just felt entitled to his anger. Yeah. I think he has underlying toxic attitudes that he needs to explore. All valid points. I thought he told them that he was done, and I missed him going back on that. Yeah, he just told the camera crew, like, I might be. Matt is full of red flags. Yeah, Shayna walked out last season too. But did Shayna do that though, where she was like, maybe I might be done? I thought Shayna just said flat out, she told Sal, like, this is not working, I'm done. Wait, do Cole and Matt actually fight one another? Like a fist fight? Oh my God. I have some sympathy with Matt given his history and that he's it's been however many days seeing and hearing. Yeah, I mean, I have, like I said, I think him experiencing insecurity and fear is like a very human reaction and probably informed by a trauma response. However, he is also not entitled to behave however he wants to behave as a result of those emotions, you know? And also that he's going to have to own the consequence of that behavior, which is probably that his relationship is going to suffer. Yeah. I was saying they should fight. Oh my God, no fighting. He's gonna threaten to leave every time she makes him mad, and she'll end up doing desperate things. Yeah, I'm picking up that energy too, and I don't like it because it feels unsafe. If your partner has a tendency of doing this, I want to encourage you to evaluate to what degree that relationship feels safe for you. I think, honestly, everyone needs to haul their ass to therapy, to be fair. But I do think that these behaviors are very much something that would benefit from having an objective, unbiased third party to reflect and to encourage some growth there. All right. We're going to press play. We're at like 48:18. That's some bullshit. Yoy. Okay. Generally attacked by Mickey. Brittany, you're good. Also, to be clear, I recognize that therapy is not an attainable resource for everyone. So, but yeah, this show continues to surprise me with how toxic it can be in such a short amount of time. I am very curious to see how Colleen and Matt resolve this. I'm hopeful that we'll get a conversation where Matt expresses some vulnerability and also apologizes for being this way, but I'm not holding my breath. Generally, again, I'm going to give the same PSA right now that I give in every single fucking episode. These relationships, in the way that they're portrayed by Netflix with like intentional and careful editing, but also with the behaviors that are just being displayed, are not a reflection of aspirational goals for your relationship. And if you're experiencing some, like FOMO or like judgment or shame or fear about your own relationships, please know that there are 33,000 different ways to structure relationships that are safe and healthy and responsible, and that you are entitled to structure your relationships in a way that feels safe for you and feels safe for your partner or partners. And so like your relationship does not have to look like the ones on this TV show. And in fact, I would encourage you to very much not absorb some of the behaviors that are being demonstrated here, because they are very harmful. You guys. I feel like Matt is going to hold this over her head for a while. That's the other thing too, is the manipulation there. If we're going to hold it over someone's head and refuse to forgive them, it begs the question why we're in the relationship in the first place. My therapist and I had a big disagreement because she didn't like flashbacks being a whole thing about PTSD, since she thought hallucinations and flashbacks. Oh my God, fax machine. I am so sorry. That is such a weird hill for a therapist to die on, and also not okay. Thank you for giving us the space to examine our feelings. Yeah, of course. Megan, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for giving me the space to structure the content in a way that is supportive and like feasible for me and Aaron, because like I said, I do like making the content, but it helps a lot that you guys are open to us trying new stuff. Well, Katie, we love you. So thank you for being here. This has been such a train wreck watching these people. Fax machine. Yes, same. I'm happy we could do it together. Yeah, Emma, for sure. I won't lie. Initially, I was like very surprised, by how upset people were that I was not pausing. Cause that's just how Aaron and I watch TV at home. We just like talk right over top of it. I think this might be a moment where my ADHD doo-doo brain is showing itself, because I can like ping onto like 73 different things and I don't mind. But I appreciate you guys letting me know that it was like a sensory fucking nightmare so that we can adjust the content. This has been massively cathartic for me because my friend who's watching isn't caught up yet. Oh, nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad we could watch it together for sure. This is a good brain break. Yay, Amanda. I'm so glad. Matt's giving me Shane vibes with how quickly he blew up. Celine, same. Hopeful that, he could work on it. This is great. Getting to chat during these. You and your partner actually found comments on the previous series. Oh, good. I'm so happy. Season 1 is definitely like not my best work for sure. It was like very early on in the vision of the channel, but I appreciate the content nonetheless. And we're keeping it up for the character development, Oh, Matcha, I'm sorry. We're going to be live tomorrow, at noon, I think is what the schedule says. So we'll be back tomorrow to watch episode 6. Yeah, Natty, that's why I said the thing that I said about the trigger warning, because it is scary to watch people get that way. It can feel very overwhelming for sure. Oh, Courtney, good. I'm glad you like this season 1 reviews. There was just more personal attacks than there are now. And I'm trying to be better about honoring the new ones and stuff, especially knowing now what I know about the show being so deceptively edited. Megan, time zone. Tomorrow we're going live at PST. All the time zones that I post on my channel are in PST because that's the time zone that I'm in for the vast majority of the year anyways. Arizona's so stupid. We change time zones, but like most of the time it's PST. It's PST right now, I guess is the answer that you're looking for. Yeah, Matt for sure was just very triggering. I'm curious to see how that, yeah, Tony, that's a good point about him acting like that on camera and what that looks like off camera. Katie, no, we don't do daylight savings, which is like low-key kind of annoying though, because like the rest of the GD world does. And so then like for some of the year I'm like, like where are we? What's going on? Yeah, it's very frustrating. Yeah, the rest of us will be joining Arizona in a few weeks. Yeah. Oh, Holy Ghoster, have fun. I'm hopefully going on a vacation to Flagstaff soon. It's such a cute little city. I like it up there. Oh, you found me because of the season 1 reviews. Okay, I love that. Thanks, Megan, for like, hanging out with us then. I really appreciate it. I wonder if it's worse off camera because I wonder if he realizes that it's going to be what he is going is wrong at all. Yeah, Sarah, I don't know. I'm curious about that too. I wonder that with Love is Blind and stuff too, like the observer effect, or not Love is Blind, Marriage at First Sight, the observer effect and how we behave differently when we know we're being observed. All right, y'all, I can smell the food that Erin's cooking up and I'm very hungry. So I'm going to head out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. We are going to be here tomorrow, watching episode 6. Episode 6 is called Return to Reality, baby. So it's about to get messy, I'm pretty sure. Thank you guys again for watching. I had so much fun. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't liked it already, because it helps us find.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, Aaron said thank you. I hope you guys can hear him. Like the stream if you haven't liked it already, because it helps us find new fun people to hang out with. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Also, I'm going to see if I can show you guys a cute little shot of my cat. Yeah, will you move the camera? Look at what a queen. She's so sweet. Little cutie. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming. See you tomorrow.